know, there was some bits where I just refer back to my own writing, where you've got, say you've got 2 lines, and when you read them off the page, 2 people talking, one says one thing, the other, there's subtext in the middle, and you can't quite, the actors sometimes can't reach that second line. They say, how does A get to B? I don't understand. But I found that sometimes standing it up helps. So how did you have those challenges of like, Helen, how, you know, obviously did they ask you that? You know, how did that person get there? There's not a line in between. But sometimes I've found in workshops that the actors reach it by standing it up. And
I think kind of performance wasn't ever part of it, and standing up was never.
It was never an option.
No,
so because of that, it's sort
all
of
about the page.
I did that kind of things like that get talked about.
Yeah,
or,
well,
I think we just found it through the dialogue.
Did you?
Yeah, there was a lot there.
I think we discussed the meaning.
The meaning.
So that was a big
Yeah.
part of the
Yeah.
discussions of
Yeah.
actually, you know, Charlie was checking with us as we went through each scene. You know, because we did a full read through and then we went back bit by bit and we're checking. Do you understand this? What do you feel about that? What do you think your character? What's going on for your character? So all those things were explored.
But I think if something like that did come up, and was a case of it feels like this is from an action rather than an action, then that is something that again we would be discussing rather than getting up to find it. Because then if it isn't an action, then it's back to the playwright to tell us what that action is. If it's so significant that we need it to be told. Because when you give it to a director or a cast that don't have that relationship with the writer, can't access the writer, they're going to do it the way they find it in the script. So if there's something that says, like we had here with the knife, we need to know she picks up a knife. We need that. We can guess, we can figure out, but then you leave it into interpretation of, you know, every director and every performer who's going to do it in a different way. Maybe not a knife, maybe a foot. It's up to you. If you want that to be a definite event, then it needs to be there in the script. And so although I know what you mean about getting it up, we'd find it. But if it's not there, you're leaving it open to interpretation a bit too much, perhaps. But if you're happy with interpretation, then you don't put it in, and then you leave it open. So it's.
I just thought that last scene was so powerful. Even sat down, I just, you know, seeing it stood up. I just want to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see
that. Because it was in the movements, you know, even the way.
I know, it's really hard to do that sat down. We really want to stand up, don't we? We really
You're almost standing up.
We're constantly just fighting.
We have to contain ourselves.
And that is, I think, a credit to where Helen's got this script too, that we're now to a point where we feel that is the next thing. And, you know, as part of the evaluation of this whole process is to say those signs came up a lot sooner than maybe I anticipated. But then with another writer who's at a very early point, maybe we would never not leave the table for months if that was what that piece needed. So it's very interesting. I found it very interesting. Big learning curve. Any questions? Any other comments?
Can I ask Helen, at what point, or is there a point at which you feel you can hand your script over to the director and the company?
I think it's actually, I don't know what articulate this properly, but yesterday it dawned on me, if I handed it over to a director I didn't know, I don't know how I'd feel about going through the whole process again with them, because I've been through it on one level. So that'd be quite, I mean, to me it's ready to go now. You know, I'd like to see it on its feet, and then I'll make the final decision once I've seen it on its feet first, because when you've seen it up, then I might think, oh no, that's scene needs or whatever. But at the moment, I think it's ready to go now. It's about an hour and a half now, so it's gone from a smaller play to a big. It's a big play now. So yeah, but I don't know how I'd feel. It's funny.
You'd like to see it read, like performed. And
like
then
a stage reading.
Okay.
Like a stage reading, and then I'd see it.
And then re-look at it.
I don't. I mean, in my head it's done, but you don't know until the final.
Until it's on its feet.
In a sense, it will also grow beyond you